Hello everyone. Um, Now I'm in China. I have the apartment and I'm in the city where I'm supposed to be working. To think that when I started these videos I was located in Germany and then I moved to the US and now I'm here. I never thought I would get out of the US again, but here I am. It's such a crazy thing. Um, I remember when I decided to quit my job and I made that video, there was two quotes that I was following and sort of to prove them wrong or prove them right. But I took my leap of faith on both, and so far they've been working great, and I would like to share those quotes with you here today. The first one is actually coming from the Bible in Matthew 6:25 and 26. It says, "Therefore I tell you, do not worry about your life, what you will eat or drink, or about your body, what you will wear. It's not life more than food and the body more than clothes." And then 6:26, "Look at the birds on the air. They do not sow or reap or store away in barns, and yet your heavenly Father feeds them. Are you not much more valuable than they?" I remember that quote, and I had to take a big leap of faith that no matter after I quit, I would be taken care of. That I knew I wouldn't have enough money, but somehow God will still provide me with food and shelter. And in that case, when I quit, I went back to my parents, and although it's not so nice for a 23-year-old going back to their parents, it was necessary. I did build bigger connections or stronger connections with them, and with my little brother, which was fantastic. Then I had food and shelter and clothes, and I never missed a thing. And I even exercised and took care of my body, like here it says. But life is not just about that, so during that, it's also thanks to my parents that they pushed me to get a job, and it's how I ended up here in China applying to this one. There was a second quote that I followed when I was quitting the electrician. It says, "Follow your bliss" by Joseph Campbell. "If you do follow your bliss, you put yourself in a kind of track that has been there all the while waiting for you. And the life you ought to be living is the one you are living. Follow your bliss and don't be afraid, and doors will open where you didn't know they were going to be." This is a short version of the whole speech that he gives in a video. He mentions also that you will meet people that share your bliss and they will also help you open these doors, and goes on with other things. But when I read this quote and I heard his story, he mentions the story of a guy that never did what he wanted to do. And yeah, he lived his life, but he lived it never doing a thing he wanted. And so I thought that about myself, and I decided to take that leap and do what I want to do. This is what I want to do the videos and just live my life in a different way that I was living. There are still some things that I'd like to still do while I'm here in China, which would be join a gym and learn some martial arts to feel more secure about when I walk alone, and also to feel more confident about myself or my abilities. It's just something nice to include. So it's thanks to these two quotes and life itself and my parents and everyone around me, friends, family, that helped me get where I am. And that's something I've realized, that no matter what I do, I'm not alone. And no matter what I do, there's no way I can do it alone either. Getting here was not all by myself. There was a lot of help along the way, and that's how it works. The lone wolf doesn't exist as I thought it did. The one-man army is not what I thought. It's actually helped by many behind the scenes. I'd like to share that with this quote of following your bliss and trusting in God, I have gotten some really strange coincidences. When I was applying for this job, many times I wanted to quit. And when I had those thoughts, suddenly a video would come up trying to convince me not to quit, like exactly from my workplace. They would send these videos of all the amazing things you could do here in China and how the work was and the costs and everything, or how filling some paperwork wasn't as bad as it sounds or as it looked. And that happened about twice when I was about to quit and a video like that appeared, and I got the encouragement, the motivation of, okay, just go through the pain once and look at the rewards behind it. It's worth it. And I got convinced and I kept pushing forward, but still I was following that sentence of hope for the best and prepare for the worst. So at the same time I was getting another jobs, applying for other jobs, and getting certificate to be a substitute teacher so I could get some money in the meantime, because I thought it would take more months for me to finish the paperwork for the visa to work in China. But everything worked fast, very fast, and faster than I expected it. So it just I didn't get much of a notice, and as soon as they told me that they had the airplane ticket, it was maybe 2 days of preparation, but they had told me to prepare already a week in advance for that to happen. So I was ready to fly. But it was very fast, very fast. I didn't get to say goodbye to everyone, like all the people I wanted to, or the way I wanted to. But moving on, living here in China is an experience. The toilets are different. It's a hole in the ground and you have to squat. The words, I don't understand a thing. I have to speak with signs, just like one or like money, how much. But they understand me, and when they don't, they take the translator out, they put it in my mouth, and I speak words and they read it and they speak words, and that's how we communicate. Chinese people are very nice. So far I had great help from them, and yeah, it's much better than I would have expected, because it's a whole new place. And I don't know, I was expecting indifference or something like that, but instead they've been very helpful. And my transition here has been quite easy, or I would say smooth, because easy is full of fear, but it's been smooth. No complications whatsoever. A few here and there, but they got fixed real fast. And I think I owe it to these two quotes. And not much of a religious person, I'm still working on that, but I do have to thank God, and I have to thank life itself and my parents and friends and everyone behind me that has brought me where I am. I'm still getting to meet people that are amazing, that they're also following their bliss, and it fills me with determination. I like it. It motivates me, and I like to surround myself with that type of person, so I can also accomplish my dream. As to what my bliss is, I am somewhat sure, not completely. I think my bliss is to get some knowledge, just because of what I do. What I enjoy is reading books, sharing the knowledge on books, and reading quotes, learning about cultures and learning about people and how to handle them. I think that's my bliss, just knowledge in general, but mainly towards people, and that transcendent knowledge, the one that lasts longer than life, the one that is true no matter what year you are in. And I think that I will keep following that. So far so good. I just wanted to share what I've been going through, give an update, and yeah, I'm at that stage in China where I start to miss family, and I start to miss everyone and a lot of things. It's this part of, I wouldn't say complete homesickness, but I start to remember and appreciate again the things that I had. But that's for that. Here on is moving forward. Keep the good habits, exercise every day, eat healthy, and keep learning. That's it. So thank you, and let's see what the future brings.